ahead.
What's up, everybody? This is the Crowded Room podcast with Alex and Jer, episode 13. Here's some Switchblade Union.
Switchblade to a single midnight. Think twice about the motherfucking quick knock. Switchblade suicide with the wrist slice. Closed eyes won't rise when the sun's bright. Switchblade serenaded in the moonlight. I was to the fucking sky cause the moon bright. You know they say when the stars in my eyes where they go running high. That we don't wanna lie when the union arises. Street light shining, know my time's arriving. I don't wanna start cause we did that vibing. Midnight driving, cruising by flying. Living so fast, never think about dying. Post up in the dark, can we hang out with the Batman? Scars on my knuckles cause we fucking with the wolf gang. Switchblade shining, light bright whining. Stars in my eyes when the moonlight shines in. Murder rap, all first track.
All right.
Cause I've been thinking suicide.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this beautiful Thursday night. Here with your world famous hosts, Alex and Jer. I'm Alex and he's Jer in case you don't know, but I'm sure you do. Woo, the crowd goes wild. Yeah. We still, oh no, we don't have your soundboard anymore.
Yeah.
Right on. But yeah, it's goddamn April 28th. It's almost May and it's still freezing at night. I still show up to work. I was doing trusses the other day and you have to unless you have a scaffold, you have to tightrope across these walls, grab a truss and walk backwards, pulling it kind of thing.
Wow.
And there was frost on top of it. So on top of everything else, you're just you could slip or whatever, but yeah, not fun. Right. If you
that's been your week.
If you have a ton of money, then you keep the crane there and each individual one you just pick up with the crane and you move over. But
yeah.
Otherwise, you just put a big bundle of trusses on top of the roof and then take them off one at a time and keep walking back and forth along the skinny little roof.
It's fun being a carpenter, right?
Yeah, well, sometimes it's fun.
Always doing different shit.
Well, that's just it. You're not doing the same thing every day. So today I spent the whole damn day sheeting those trusses. And so it's actually I don't know. I find it, I guess you'd call it fun, but it's just engaging. Your day goes by really fast.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
I've been working out at Nest Lake doing a cabin.
Yeah.
And put in some vinyl plank yesterday. And he has this little heater going right now, and it's not enough, I guess. So I came in today and it was all
gaps all over. Yeah, I've seen that before. And I've been I swear to God, those gaps weren't here when I put the fucking floor in.
I taped it together super tight and then come in today and
there's still gaps. The good thing is once it does heat up, those gaps will go right back to normal. Right. Yeah. Whereas if your shit was too small, then you get the heaves when it heats up again.
Another thing, and I don't know for sure, but maybe I installed it at that shitty temperature where if it gets too cold, it gaps, but if it gets too hot, it's gonna peak as well.
It's gonna heave together kind of thing.
Who knows? It's not summertime yet. Once it hits plus 30, who knows what's gonna happen.
Right, but we have more shit weather than we do good.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I've seen that happen before, and it's silly how much people want to put money into their cabins that they don't even heat.
Yeah.
And you're your drywall mud's gonna crack kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So what do you think of the new setup?
No, you put a lot of work into this. That's awesome.
Well,
bought a table
too.
Yeah, I gave you the intellectual fucking work.
How's it going out there, guys?
Ladies and
Lenny,
gentlemen,
Davey, Cass, Shay, Dwayne.
We're a little farther from the damn board now.
Yeah, I could still see you guys.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Let us know what you guys think. Say what's up. Give us that like.
Woo. Oh yeah, and we have the Skype fucking line open too. So if you guys want to come in and help us out kind of thing, feel free.
I remembered to put it in the description again.
Right.
So,
good job.
Feel free to click on that and call in.
Yeah.
We'll get you on here.
Right. We're trying to get my kickboxing coach, Carm, to come and do an interview sometime soon, but I guess not today. Hopefully next week.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah. And that'll be pretty interesting. He's I'm pretty sure he's born here in Prince George.
Yeah.
At least, but his family is East Indian. And
Okay.
like he grew up like in the 80s with fucking, I'm sure, heavy racism around East Indians and stuff.
How old is he?
Mid 40s, I want to say.
Well, fair enough.
If not late 40s, I don't know.
We got Zach and Andrew showing up here.
Right
What's
on.
up, boys?
Hello.
Good
Welcome.
to have all of you. Hell yeah. 7 people in the chat.
Right.
6 people, it says, is watching.
Give us your feedback on our new studio fucking
Hell
setup
yeah.
here.
Should we go back to what we had before?
It's a
Should we
lot
keep
more
it like
open.
this?
It's a lot more inviting for guests too. So it's not just
Yeah.
like them sitting behind our shoulder, like, there goes, I'm here too.
Lenny says I'm gonna call in early. I have to get up early tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah. Anytime you want, you can cut us off or whatever, Lenny. Just
Yeah, I mean, we're just gonna go over
jump on in.
current events and stuff.
But yeah, I had a rough day. My week's been fine, but my day was rough, like humping sheets up a roof, and then the wind blows and it wants to take you away like a kite kind of thing. You have to like hunker down.
Do you wear a harness?
You're supposed to.
Yeah, but do you?
Allegedly, I didn't.
Oh, you wore a harness all day.
Yeah, exactly.
If anybody asked.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
But no, that's just an extra fucking 10 pounds. And then the worst thing when you're walking and like your rope catches and all of a sudden you have to stop, put your shit down, give yourself slack on your harness and keep going.
Yeah.
And I mean, like you say you're tied in the mid, say you're tied off in the middle of the house and you're working way over on the edge of the roof. If you fall, you're just going to swing like a pendulum and probably hit 4 things on the way down. It's not going to like stop you from getting hurt. It might stop you from hitting the ground and dying if you're up 30 feet.
Yeah.
But we're up like 10 feet and it's soft ground underneath. I'm not too worried.
It'll stop you from landing on your head and breaking your neck, I guess.
Sure. And I mean, I'm not a cat. I'm not going to flip around, but I think like, I think I can notice when I'm like in trouble. I need to like at least put my feet towards the ground. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Andrew says we need to put the Canadian flag back behind us.
Oh no.
Aw,
Andrew, what are you, a shill?
are you pissed?
What are you, a goddamn Trudeau shill? Trudolian?
Canadian shill?
Yeah.
Just like that, we're down to 4 viewers.
Oh no. Right when he said that, yeah.
Awesome.
No, it was
That's
on
okay.
us. Anyways, folks, we're here on this beautiful Thursday. I know you guys have absolutely nothing better to do on Thursdays.
That's why we do it on Thursdays.
Yeah. But as the summer comes closer and closer, it's going to be harder to keep retaining people kind of because Thursday turns into another weekend kind of day.
We just have to get more and more exciting.
Yeah. Just keep dancing around like a jester. There we go.
Exactly.
But yeah, tons of news and whatnot today. But if any of you guys have anything to bring up, go ahead and call in on the Skype channel.
Hell yeah.
It's been pretty dead lately. I mean, Lenny's been calling. That one's
Hell
pretty
yeah.
sweet.
Lenny's
Yeah.
always down, but we like some variety.
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
Sean, Dave will bring the view. Oh,
Yeah.
my
Once
grandpa.
Dave comes on, we'll get the viewers back.
Just make a Dave podcast.
Right. But yeah, people are rolling in. The goddamn, there's a long hallway through this arena and they got to get to their seats. So we're just kind of stumbling around until we do get the audience.
Fair enough.
But anyways, we got lots today. We're covering these food plants catching fire.
Yeah, there's all sorts of
Mysterious
shit going on right
food
now.
plants are catching fire left and right. Over 24 in the last 2 months.
I
3
thought
months.
it was 2 weeks or something like that.
Yeah, we got fucking climate activists are acting up. Deaths on a goddamn ferry or fair ride. Right.
Damn.
And then Elon actually his Twitter bid went through and he bought Twitter.
Yeah. So what do you think is going to come out of that?
Whatever he fucking wants, honestly. He gets full reign of control now.
Jeremy Delorme, upside down, maybe.
Upside down what?
What's upside down?
Okay.
Oh, the Canadian flag.
That's what I was
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
yesterday. Yeah.
We considered it. We really did.
Yeah.
We didn't want to be too edgy though.
That's a little too edgy.
Yeah,
No. But now all these bows and whatnot in the background. So, yeah, but whatever.
I don't even like archery. I don't own any bows.
It's
Someone-
fine. Yeah, you don't use them. You hang them all up for the
I
fucking
haven't used them
podcast.
for a while. Yeah, now they're just podcast decorations. Yeah.
But all the same. Yeah. So yeah, tons of news today. This was supposed to be another a tinfoil hat episode. I don't know. That might be a little much.
If you guys are lucky, you'll get a tinfoil hat segment.
Right.
Yeah.
I
If we don't spend all
hat
goddamn episode talking about all this news, like literally so much stuff has happened. And
right.
Not just like things that I would call news, but like just weird things happened. Weird things were said. Everybody knows Cash Me Outside girl.
Yeah.
Cash Me Outside. How about that?
She's upset that people call her that. That was part of her making the news. She says, "Don't call me that anymore. I'm bad baby." Yeah. And I thought it was Bad Barbie.
Yeah. Bad Baby.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of you guys are fans of hers. I don't think.
I mean, whatever. She took a segment on Dr. Phil where she looked like a complete idiot.
Yeah.
And turned it into apparently $50 million.
So now that she's of age, she started a OnlyFans account. And she said the other day, like last year she made $53 million just on OnlyFans.
Mm-hmm.
And she does all sorts of other shit too, but just OnlyFans alone, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's probably more
crazy.
Than like.
What's more crazy is the creeps that fucking would pay to see her OnlyFans account. Like, she has an Instagram too. She's not like getting naked on this or anything. And even if she is, that's pretty fucking creepy. Like, dudes are paying her $10 or something. Like,
I know. I don't know, man. That's crazy. She was just like a viral, sensation, and now people want to see her. Naked.
It's hard to hate on her. Whatever. Yeah, what was her option before this? She was gonna like fucking have 3 kids before fucking 20.
Well, her mom brought her on the fucking show because she was like a problem child.
Yeah,
and then now it's like money's just being thrown at her.
Yeah,
I think she's gonna turn out well.
It really backfired on Dr. Phil on this one, right?
Yeah.
And now there's other kids that are like, "Oh, I could do that too. Fuck that chick."
People are trying to make their name.
Fuck Dr. you, man.
Yeah. I remember that guy from Bum Fights tried to make his name on there. Do you remember
that? No.
There's that movie Bum Fights where he paid these bums.
Yeah, I know that. But what, he went on Dr. Phil?
Yeah, and he showed up dressed like Dr. Phil. He shaved his head and he had a mustache and he wore a suit.
Yeah.
And he just like acted so fucking serious. And Dr. Phil's like, you know what? We're not doing this. And he just like canceled the whole episode in the middle of it. And so yeah, I don't know if that one ever aired or if it's just on the internet.
I never honestly watched Dr. Phil. I watched his Joe Rogan episode, and he was really cool on that one.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, what are we missing here?
Pimp.
Who's Max C?
I don't know. I feel like I'm missing something.
Yeah, I'm behind in the times here. Oh dear, I'm not using the cool coaster. Okay, folks, you made it. You got your goddamn seats. Here we are. I think the big issue that I found this week is these goddamn food plants are catching fire.
Oh, Max C, the pimp. That's the guy's name that did Bum Fights. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, fuck me. I guess he's not that famous. Woo! Okay, but yeah, food plants catching fire left and fucking right. It's a little too much to be a coincidence. Like, this is like 2 decades worth of fucking fires going on in 3 months or something. And the first one was over a year ago, or just around a year ago or something, but there's been over 24 in the last year.
I heard that there was like a dozen that happened just in the last 2 weeks or something.
Yeah. Since like I got dates and stuff, but fuck me, since the beginning of March, at least a dozen or something.
That's pretty scary.
It's really scary, and who knows who the fuck is behind it. But the dumbest thing is they've been like, when I say they, it's Biden and Trudeau have been getting up on stage and talking about, food shortages are coming, kind of thing. And it's like, how do you know this? Kind of like, and then
Dwayne's saying it's all part of that goof Klaus Schwab's agenda.
That's what I'm saying. The WEF, it's falling way too conveniently into their narrative. And it's hard to not be cynical when you look at this stuff.
And whether or not you think it's a good thing or a bad thing, they've said that the next thing that happens after this is the government implements a basic income to
universal basic
income to combat
inflation
and to combat the food shortage, like because the price is going to go up, and So they're going to start
doesn't-
giving everybody money so they can afford
And where
it.
does this money come from? Like the government doesn't make money. They
do just
collect
make
money from us.
That's what they do.
They could print money, but then it's worth less.
That's what I mean. They just make it.
So then it doesn't actually make the value of the money anymore.
Dude, like Pierre is always grilling them. He asks them where the fucking money comes from, how much they print. They don't tell us.
It comes from our pockets, our taxes.
I know, but we don't even pay that much in tax. Like they're spending way more than we pay in taxes.
Mhm.
Jer, Alex, pizza will be here in an hour. Just saying. Thanks, Davey.
Thanks
I'm
a lot,
fucking
Davey.
hungry. Thank you, Davey. I
Just
considered
saying.
ordering a pizza right before.
I actually just ate pizza a couple hours ago.
Shit.
I'm not that hungry at all, but thank you,
okay.
Davey. Davey the dad. There we go.
Davey's always looking out for us.
Yeah.
I gave him one glass of whiskey. Now he's all hyped up.
Woo! Okay.
Yeah, speaking of
So
whiskey, this episode, if it is
Yeah.
funny, it is that you
this
can blame it on
episode is brought to
brought
you.
to you by Woodford Reserve.
This is our commercial.
double oaked. Yeah, I'm getting double oaked tonight. If you've been listening to the podcast, you know I haven't been drinking.
Oh yeah, and you just gave that one up before the end of the month here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So me and my other buddy are doing it, and we decided that we're going to do a whole another month. But we're going to drink like on designated days. They've got like
Starting
3 or
tomorrow.
4 designated days throughout the whole month,
Right.
and the rest no drinking. Like probably not even 4 days a month, maybe
Right.
like 2 to 3 days. And yeah,
Whatever
I
it
chose. I chose today. Who's this? Oh, Lenny.
What?
Lenny is
Calling in.
right now.
Okay, let's get Lenny in, and maybe he can help us talk about these.
Hey, Lenny.
Hey, how we doing?
Good. Yourself?
You got to turn your
Okay,
music
hold on
off.
here. I gotta shut the
Yeah.
YouTube off here.
Is that your music, Lenny?
No.
Oh, that's your music then, Jer.
Oh, oops.
Playing in the background.
Oops. Weird. My phone does that. Okay, we're good. We're
Okay, there we go.
Good. All right. How you doing, Lenny?
Our intro music was still
Okay.
playing there. Sorry, Lenny.
Let's see here. That's all right. I gotta.
Are you
Make a
trying to
few
get onto
adjustments here.
the video for us?
It's okay. Let's skip the video and just do audio today, Lenny.
Right. Lenny,
Oh, okay.
Lenny,
All
have you heard
well,
about
put you
these?
back on?
Oh, you're already there.
Yeah, we got you. I mean, it's showing me here, but yeah,
Right.
we can hear you. It's all good. We'll just go as is. Got 11
All right. How's it
viewers.
going?
Right
Good.
on.
Yourself?
Good.
How do you like our new setup, Lenny?
Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, looks cool. Looks
You
like
think it
got a
looks
lot
better?
more room there.
Right.
There is a lot more room.
It's not
but
just two people staring up like we're news panel offerings or something, talking heads.
it's still the crowded room podcast, though. We don't have much room, but
Right.
like Alex has a
Oh, that's
wall right
okay.
behind
As long as you get by, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
him. Yep.
So Lenny, have you heard of these food plants bursting on fire, spontaneously combusting?
Well, I've heard of spontaneous combustion, but
But no, like there's food plants left and right in the States that are setting on fire. There's 2 of them got hit by airplanes just in the last month.
What?
Yeah.
In the last month.
Yeah, I'll get to it here.
You're like, hey, Kenny or Lenny, let's hear what you have to say about that first.
well, I can't say I actually subscribe to anybody bursting out into flames.
No,
I
no,
mean,
these are
it's,
factories. Yeah.
The
sounds kind of a stretch.
Oh yeah, it's definitely
know?
a stretch, but these are true events that have been like researched for arson and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's not people.
Yeah, yeah, these are actual
factories,
places.
Factories.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought
yeah.
You meant like people that.
No. Oh no,
all of a
no.
sudden
I've
they
heard of
wake
that.
up,
I've never
like a
really seen like
toasted
evidence.
bagel.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, this is like food processing plants all over the place.
ton
They're
of-
starting to
yeah.
like burn down, or like they're getting shut down completely, or apparently airplanes are hitting them. 2 airplanes fucking hit
Yeah,
them. What
so-
the fuck?
Let me see here.
Actually, I did hear something about that.
Yeah.
With regard to are these food processing?
Well, yeah.
plants?
So the
Yeah,
first
yeah,
one is Gem State Food Processing in Idaho. It was
Uh-huh.
it was bombed by a plane, like not bombed, but like suicide bombed, basically, just like
Oh.
smashed into by a plane. That was only on April 13th of last month, or this month, I guess. That was only a couple weeks ago.
Wow.
You know,
Yeah.
I do recall seeing some kind of a news report where they had the map of the United States and Canada.
Yeah, and there were dots all over it.
All the I forget how many there were, but
I've got a list of over 30 here.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, that one was Gem State Processing in Idaho. General Mills, they do like the cereal and stuff.
Sure.
In Georgia, that one got hit by a plane, but that plane actually just hit the parking lot, I guess. But still a giant explosion.
I think there was also 3 places in California.
Oh yeah, no, there's quite a few. I could list some off here. So,
but hey, I want to know what you heard, Lenny. Like,
yeah.
Which ones have you heard about? Like, you heard about on the news, or like?
I don't know if I heard it on the news or I was surfing channels on YouTube or whatever.
Yeah.
But I did look at it and kind of raised an eyebrow, and then
I know, right? And then that's about all you ever hear, and it kind of goes away. But I mean,
it's definitely not being reported on the main news channel.
Exactly, right.
There you go. That's why I was curious if you heard it on the news or not, because it doesn't seem to be on that mainstream news.
But even just this month, April 13th, Taylor Farms in Salinas, California, fired, it believed just to be a mistake or whatever, not arson or anything. But yeah, the police chief come and do the investigations and everything and try to deem what it was. April 11th, East Conway Beef and Pork in New Hampshire. We got, for this month, April 18th, the Azure Food Plants in Oregon, one of the biggest potato factories of a supplier to the U.S., and that was just this month. Like, I got February 28th, Shadowbrook Farms in Nebraska. The same day, Nutrient Agro Solutions in Washington. March 16th, Walmart, a Walmart distribution center in southern Indiana.
If my memory serves me right, I think there was one in Florida.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure there's a lot even that I don't have, but we got I could keep going, right?
So we know that this is happening. We know that it's happened. Like, is it going to lead to food shortages just with what's happened already? Is that like something that we're going to feel in a few months, or is it something?
It has to. These are some of the biggest food processing plants that there are, right?
Really?
Made Right Food Co. in Pennsylvania. We got Wisconsin River Meats, Deli Starts Production in Illinois. One that was actually deemed an arson was a food pantry. It's a food bank in Kentucky. The police chief said, yeah, someone started this fire. The rest of them are kind of just like can be deemed like, poor cleaning of like too much dust acclimatization. Acclimation. That's not the right one.
That's not the right word.
But yeah, Rio Fresh in Texas. We got the Louis Dreyfus, Indiana soybean plant, the biggest soybean plant that they have for distribution in America. That was only in February 16th. San Antonio Food Processing.
I think one was listed either in Cuba or in Puerto Rico, one or the other.
Right. These are just the ones in America.
Oh yeah, but I bet you if you look worldwide, it's even more.
Right. Yeah. And this is a list of over 30, and this is in the longest one was August last year, but most of these were within the last 2 months to get it into February kind of thing. So it's well beyond coincidence.
A conspiracy in the making or what?
That's just it. Fucking, one time is happenstance, 2 times is coincidence, and 3 times and you're talking about an act of war. That's a quote for somebody. I forget who it is, but yeah. So there's, you fool me once, shame on fucking me, kind of thing.
Well,
but even if we can rule out half of these and say half of those were complete accidents that like would have happened anyways, that's still a complete like act of aggression, like active terrorism against the agricultural sector of America right now. Yeah,
for sure.
It seems like it happened a little bit too often and a little bit too fast.
Yeah, all at once, and all right after those politicians came out and said, "Oh, we're expecting big food shortages." The thing is, it could be anyone. it doesn't have to be the government doing this against the
sure,
people. This
for
could be the Russians doing this against
For
the
sure.
American populace to undermine confidence in the U.S. government.
Absolutely.
Huh?
Absolutely. Which is why it's not happening anywhere else. or
Is
maybe it
anybody
is.
looking into it, or is it just like local?
Well,
police
that's just
that
it.
are
They kind
investigating
of,
and
the local fire
nobody's
departments kind
communicating
of
with
look
one
into
another?
these, and only one of them has been deemed an arson so far. The rest of them are just mysterious explosions that are.
Well, it seems like the mainstream media reports on everything that's like a problem to the government.
Yeah.
And like, if they're not reporting on this, then that means the government either is something to do with it, or like maybe
Mhm.
they're encouraging it even though they're not a part of it. Maybe they're just going to use this to their advantage to,
Yeah.
like I said, like they have a plan for this, and or so
They
they
do.
say. So they say
Right.
there is a stages to this, and like if you go by what they said, first comes food shortages, then comes basic human or a universal basic income, and that's like the first step on your way to like communism, essentially.
The one world government thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is, it's just way too convenient that this is falling into the hands of Klaus Schwab and the WEF.
That means-
Bullshit.
Yeah. Well, it may take a little bit longer to kick in the United States because we got a lot of fat people here.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
But
what's
I mean,
with that? What's
Yeah.
with that, Lenny?
all the food processing plants are done. They
What's
might
with that?
lose some weight. But meanwhile, Bill
Yeah.
Gates becomes the largest private landowner.
Wait, can we just go back a little bit for 1 sec?
Yeah.
Hey, Lenny.
Yeah.
Are you a fan of Bad Baby?
Who?
Bad Baby, the girl we were talking about before this.
she's
Oh,
the
you know what?
Dr. Phil
I had
girl.
to change computers and shut one down and fire up the one here where I've got
Right.
Skype.
So there's that
So I
girl.
guess I missed that one.
There's that girl on the internet. She says, "Cash me outside. How about that?" And she came from Dr. Phil. Like,
Oh, jeez.
you recognize that?
No.
No, okay. You know
No.
what? That's good. That's good. Then don't worry about answering this question.
There we go.
Hey, if you don't know about her, that's great. I thought maybe you'd seen her before because she was pretty viral there.
Hopefully
I just
there's more
wanted to hear what
people
you thought
like you,
about her.
Lenny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I
But
wish.
anyways,
I was like, I wish I never saw her.
Through all this the food shortages and stuff, Bill Gates becomes the largest private farmland owner in the world.
And isn't he like not doing anything? with
No,
that land? He's not
well, some of
producing food
some
on
of
that
his lands
farmland?
were already being used to produce food. A lot of that food goes to big chain restaurants like McDonald's or whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, he owns 269,000 acres of land, making him the largest private landowner on Earth.
Jesus.
Wow.
But yeah, a lot of it like isn't being used, right? Which just kind of reduces or increases the shortage of fucking.
Do you know where he
food.
owns this land? Is it all in the United States or like?
I couldn't tell you that one. I'm sure it's around the world.
If you look at like I know it's around like South Africa, man.
Mhm.
Tons of farmland never gets used. It's always been like that. But
Okay.
there's someone like an entity that owns a bunch of farmland over there, just never uses it.
Right.
And like, yeah.
See that, just like you were saying with the BlackRock stuff, these are companies that are owned by companies that are owned by Bill Gates, right? Like he doesn't personally own all this land. Like his name isn't on the deed.
That's right.
Right. Yeah.
That's right.
It's a shill company.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Basically. And then through
As far as Africa goes, China is investing heavily into Africa.
And has been for a long
Yeah.
time now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, if the whole world went to war, who's Africa going to support?
right. Well,
Probably
also
China.
they have a ton of natural resources. It's just
That's
they
true.
don't really have the infrastructure to
Mhm.
extract them all.
Well, that's what China is doing. They're building the infrastructure in Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have been for, I mean, I remember hearing about that in like 2010.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's scary stuff. It's an economics professor could really talk circles around us on all this, whereas maybe it isn't conspiratorial, but it sounds real freaky to us. Yeah.
We should get an economics professor in here
Yeah.
someday.
And if you're watching, go ahead and say what's up in the chat, bro.
Hell yeah.
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 That was
There's a way that I can let's see. I can look at the chat.
Oh yeah,
We
we got you on video too now.
So Lenny,
am I on Skype video right
Yeah,
now?
yeah, we
you
can
are.
see you.
I can see you.
Okay.
Yeah, I
All
can
right.
see you.
I was going to show you I actually took it out of the frame because last week when I showed the picture of my dad and his horse and wagon,
Right,
it was glary.
Okay.
It was a glare,
right. Oh, you went back and watched, yeah.
right?
Oh,
So I got another picture here. Now this is my grandfather, my grandmother, my mother, my uncle, and my aunt. All right. Now this is circa, I'm going to say 19, maybe 22, somewhere around there. Let me hold it up to
Jesus.
the camera.
Wow, that's holy.
Now I can't see
Yeah,
exactly. There it is.
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, that's
Right. That
wow.
little girl, the little girl,
Yeah.
that's my mother.
Oh
wow.
All right. Now that's my grandfather who came from Italy, and that's my grandmother. And it was a hard life for him, that's for sure.
Damn.
You know.
Yeah.
They look like a happy bunch, don't they?
Yeah, that was back before smiling in cameras.
That was
became a thing.
smiling
Like,
wasn't a
yeah.
thing back then, eh?
It looks like a wanted poster from the old West.
Yeah. I don't know what was about that. Like, I guess they just didn't have too much to smile about back then, honestly.
It just wasn't a thing. Like you just
Yeah.
like pictures weren't common back then
It was
either.
serious,
It was like,
and
hey,
you
we
kinda
just got
had
one,
to-
let's do it quick.
You had to sit really still, I
Yep,
think,
for a while.
For a while, yeah. For the exposure.
You know, I was
Shit,
born
that's a
in
little bit
Fall
piece
River,
of history.
Massachusetts, which is a mill town.
Yeah.
And in one of the restaurants, they have a lot. Now, these mills,
Yeah.
when they first started, I mean, they're like 150 years old. So they had child labor. This is before the child labor laws.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
And there's one restaurant that has pictures of all the kids working on the looms,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yep.
making, woven garments and things like that.
Looms, yeah.
We got a couple film experts in the comments here. Jeremy Delarme says on that picture, the flash took too long. And then Tyler says long exposure time for the film.
Oh, it took long. That's why they had to sit so still, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
Is that what they're talking? Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that wasn't a Canon camera.
No, exactly.
You know?
Yeah, it definitely wasn't digital. Lenny, I got to ask, what's that
Numbers.
background going nuts up and down?
Oh, that's my dB meter.
Oh, really? So the louder you talk, the higher it goes?
Yeah, well, I play the guitar myself, so I try
nice.
to keep it under 100 dBs, so I don't lose my hearing.
Right.
Okay, cool.
I'm not as good as Dwayne.
Right, right.
You know, but I entertain myself.
And Dwayne, unfortunately, won't be here tonight. He's in the comments.
Yeah, I don't think
but,
we're getting Dwayne.
Yeah, he said he had things to do tonight. I guess we're just not important enough, are we,
This
Dwayne?
is it.
Yeah. Maybe he's here right now. He's just downstairs. We haven't seen him. But yeah,
Right.
no, I don't think Dwayne's coming tonight unless he shows up out of nowhere with an acoustic guitar. Wink, wink, hint, hint.
Yeah.
Nod,
We'll
nod.
see.
Come on, Dwayne. Pull it out.
Right. And if anyone else wants to go on Skype and play some music for us too, that could work.
Cassandra says Bill Gates owns 242,000 acres in 19 states in the U.S. 69,000 acres are in Louisiana.
Wow.
Cassandra, you should
Thank you, Siri.
throw us a resume. Maybe you can be Jamie.
Yeah.
You could be our Jamie one day. Seems like you're up for
I
the
have
task.
one of those. I won't say her name because she'll wake up and talk.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
If I ask her a question, she'll just spit out the answer.
Right. Siri, yeah.
No, it's ALXEA.
Oh,
that
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
I have the Hey Google one, but I don't use it enough, so I unplug it.
I disabled all the voice assistants on my phone because there was at least 2, and it still pauses my music to listen to me.
Wow.
Sometimes it'll just listen while I'm watching a show or something.
Mhm.
And for some reason, whenever I'm watching something where like they're talking about killing someone,
Mhm.
I look down at my phone 'cause I'll feel a vibration and it'll be like, you can see it's like
You
writing
shouldn't be
down
killing someone.
it's giving captions of what it's
Right.
hearing, and it's like, yo, I'm gonna fucking kill them and fucking
Wow.
you know, and it's like every time I look down at my phone, it's always during one of those moments. And like if someone was listening, they'd be like, man, this guy's gonna kill someone. Like he's a fucking problem.
Right.
So yeah.
Babies.
Technology is getting, scary real.
Yeah, well, I mean, eventually you're gonna have that little robot following you around in your house, right? And it's gonna be an actual like entity answering questions for you.
You know what I found out today?
Yeah.
Because I do a little bit of cryptocurrency mining, but I do a special one that's like it's more like bouncing radio waves, creating a network. All I do is put a antenna up. It's called helium mining, and I just found out today that the network that I'm helping create, it helps our appliances talk to each other.
Right. It's probably doing more sinister things than that. And
Dude,
you're not going to find out for 10 years.
All I could think about was like appliances trying to like kill me and shit. Like it makes it so it gives like a frequency for like our appliances to communicate to like themselves and to home base.
You're gonna wake up with a toaster on your foot and singeing you. Where did you come from?
Gotta chain my appliances down.
Yeah.
And wake up in the deep freeze.
Super glue everything. Yeah. Chomp, chomp, chomp.
Fuck, look what we got in this room.
Do you guys get a lot of spam phone calls?
Oh, a lot of text messages, not so many phone calls.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe once or twice a day phone calls, but I
don't.
get text messages even more than that. I'll get random hellos. I'll get, hey, Jared, did you get that email? Hey, Sean, did you do like
weird?
They'll talk to me and say a name and ask me if I did something. And it's a number that, it's not a local area code or anything. And so I don't answer those. I get them almost every single day.
Wow.
Actually, probably twice a day. I can show you them. Yeah.
I get phone calls that somebody's always asking for Roger.
Well, really? The same person.
I would say like, well, you got the wrong number. There's no Roger here.
Yeah.
Right.
You say it that calmly after the 100th time to do it.
Well, it happens so often. Now I say things like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Roger passed away."
Yeah. Exactly. That's what I say. Eventually, I'd get fed up and be like, "Yeah, I'm Roger. What do you want?"
Nah, they keep calling back.
Is Roger back yet?
And it's probably because someone named Roger gave your phone number, like gave a random number out to some debt collector. Because I know my number got used like that. I kept getting calls for this Christine girl, and for years and years. And sometimes these people would argue with me. They were like aggressive. Even they're like, "Do you know her?" And they'd ask me a million questions. I'm like, "Yo, like." This is my phone. This is not Christine's phone. And for years, oh man, eventually it stopped. A couple months ago, I got a call for Christine after years of no calls for Christine.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, don't start this fucking shit again. That's exactly what I said to them. They're like, what do you mean? I'm like, there's no fucking Christine here. Don't call back. Bye.
I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing.
Dude, I don't know who she owes money, but they just won't let it go.
Christine fucked up. Yeah.
I have a friend that his number is one digit away.
Right.
This,
yeah. I get those calls sometimes.
That sells wedding dresses.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And he said for most of the year it's okay, but in the springtime, that's when people are
in the wedding season.
So his phone is always ringing, wanting to know about information on wedding gowns.
Yeah. My old friend, she had one number, or her number was one off from the cops. So
so people call like crying,
not 911, but like just to call the RCMP,
the non-emergency.
And so like she would get calls for the police all fucking day, all the time. Like, well, just change your number, right?
Right.
God damn. How y'all doing out there? Who's watching? I think
I get calls like that too
already. But hey, if you're new, say what's up.
Maybe we got 7 people out here. That's nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get calls like that too. I have a Burns Lake number, and some like super native guys call me like, "Hey, is Henry there?" No, Henry is not here.
So, a quarter of Canadians in a new study here, they found out a quarter of Canadians believe in online conspiracy theories.
And that sounds reasonable, right? Like, but that's so vague. Like, what do you want to call an online conspiracy theory? Like, fucking.
I was just gonna say that's pretty fucking vague.
Yeah.
Online conspiracy theory, as opposed to the ones you see on the National Enquirer or whatever the fuck it used to be called, like when you're in line at the grocery store. But yeah, so they talk about how the right wing is gaining traction and learning, evolving, and it's like.
But they are.
Maybe people just don't trust the fucking government. That's another thing that fuels conspiracy theories.
But it's like not so conspiratorial.
They fail to mention that.
The right used to be chastised as being the like super religious, like the left used to be normal. Like the right used to be the one that got made fun of on the nightly the John Daly show and shit like that. And now it's the left getting made fun of. For sure, but like it's the fact that it's just the way they're going about this. They're telling everyone that you believe in those conspiracy theories because the right wing people that are putting this out there are tricking you. It's not because you don't trust the government or because the government fucking lies out their ass all the time. It's because someone's tricking you and you're not smart enough to figure that out for yourself. Right.
That's what they're saying. And they're telling everybody that that's why you believe any conspiracy theory. Then they label everything as fucking conspiracy theories.
Yeah, as just a blanket kind of excuse.
Yeah. What do you think about that, Lenny?
Oh boy, I don't know. I think some people will believe anything.
That's just it. And you can kind of pull shit out of your fucking ass, pull it out of thin air if you really look hard enough.
Yeah, I guess. Geez, it's I mean, I try to stay away from the absurd.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, listen, there are things that could possibly happen, but it seems like the absurd is what comes to the surface, and people believe some really outlandish things. It's,
like if you try to follow QAnon, they're trying to like,
they're
trying to say like Trump's in hiding right now because he's secretly in a war with the shadow banning elite kind of class of people.
Well, I mean, like we were just a month ago saying Fauci's in hiding and saying a bunch of reasons why that we couldn't prove.
No, that wasn't us. We were reiterating that other people said he was in a witness protection agency.
Dwayne says, "How about them Cougars?"
Oh fuck!
Fuck sakes! If you don't know, Lenny, that's our local hockey team. They don't do too well, but are they making the playoffs? Davey seems to think so.
I don't know, but I think
you gotta support the local team.
Yeah,
there you go.
But if that's more interesting than
what we're talking about
then I'm sorry. Maybe we need to fucking move on. Sorry, guys. Well, how about the Quebec sword killer?
What I wanted to mention was that my wife, her family came from Canada.
Oh, really? Okay. What part of Canada?
Yeah. The Montreal area.
Oh.
Okay. Is she French?
And well, yes, she is.
Okay.
And, her last name, her maiden name is Lamontagne.
Lamontagne. Okay, nice.
And
Lamontagne.
I guess that stands for mountain or the mountain.
Okay, yeah.
I know Lamonte, but not Lamontagne.
And her grandfather, my wife's grandfather, who lived with her mother for a period of time.
Yeah.
He only spoke French.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. No, my grandma doesn't speak English. She lives in Montreal and yeah, my dad was born speaking French and English is his second language kind of thing. But I was born speaking English. Yeah. Yeah. So who knows? Maybe we're related, me and your wife.
Pardon me?
Maybe me and your wife have distant relations.
It could be.
Yeah.
You never know.
I got some news here. Just came out today. Shay, Shay. He was on our show just the other day.
Yeah.
He's gonna be really excited about this. the Canadian Blood Services, they're going to end their blood ban. So if you're a male and you've had sex with another male, you don't have to wait 3 months to give blood. Shay, you can just fucking give blood all the time now.
Everyone. Fucking everyone hoist Shay into the air in the chat.
I'll make a note of that.
Yeah.
Get in there, Shay. Donate.
Yeah. That was too much. Anyways. Yeah, Lenny.
Oh, shit.
Lenny, have you heard this climate activist in Colorado lit himself on fire for Earth Day? No.
That's a hell of a commitment.
Exactly. Yeah. So 50-year-old Alan Bruce lit himself on fire in a protest outside a Supreme Court last Friday, which was Earth Day.
Did you see the video?
I didn't see a video.
I did.
You did? Wow.
Oh yeah, he just sitting there burning,
Just
not
burning.
even moving. He just looked like a dummy on fire.
He poured gasoline on himself, and
I didn't see the prep.
That or he was wearing some nylon clothes or something. But yeah, I think the gasoline.
The video didn't start till after he was on fire.
So anyways, he was a professional photographer, and he left some weird shit on his Facebook profile before he died, with him like staring right at the camera. And
he died.
Oh, he died the next day.
Oh,
yeah,
geez.
From his injuries.
He was on fire. Like
really?
He was like a ball of flame. Like, and he was sitting there. He looked like he was burning everywhere.
I feel like I'm better off for not watching videos like that. Like,
I've
seen my brain's not the.
If you've ever seen people burning before, normally they squirm and they roll around. They try to put it out. This guy just sat there. This guy just sat against the wall and burned. He was committed.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
His family says they don't really know what his message was, but I guess clearly, fucking.
Neither do we.
Yeah.
Baby, rough way to go. Burning alive.
Yeah. So, anyways, his Facebook. I know, right? It's kind of
expiring that way. Jeez.
I'm pretty glad I didn't see the video, right? But his Facebook comments that he put under his own video or pictures were saying something about irreversible global warming, and he commented a fire emoji with the date of last Friday.
Oh, and was that the day it happened?
That's the day he lit himself up. Yeah,
that was Earth Day.
Yeah, but these posts were like a month ago or something,
and no one got it,
and no one put it together. Yeah, that one was a little rough.
I think maybe he could have used a little therapy.
Yeah, well, that's just it. And I don't think anyone could have really solved him because his problems, because he thought it was all irreversible. Like he had to go.
Oh boy,
I know. Dude. But die for what you believe in. Hell yeah.
Where did that happen?
Colorado.
Oh, okay.
I assume Denver, but who the hell knows? It just said Colorado.
Have you ever heard of the conspiracy theory behind the Denver International Airport?
That rings a big bell that it's like it's really big or whatever.
Is that the one there's a tunnel running underneath it?
Oh, maybe there is. Maybe that's another reason why they think that.
I don't know, but that rings a big bell. Yeah.
I was looking into it today. There's a whole conspiracy on how the Denver International Airport is the headquarters of the Illuminati and all the lizard people. And there's like this giant blue thing that like, I don't know, there's like this blue something that like guards this portal to hell, they say. And what's weird is there's like gargoyles all over the place.
Right.
And there's one at the front that greets you when you come in. And he's like, hey, welcome to the headquarters of the Illuminati. Yeah. I mean, the Denver International Airport. And it's supposed to be a joke because people have always said that it is.
Okay.
But they play into it even. So like,
yeah.
And yeah, they have like plaques of like commemorating organizations that have never existed and things like that. Like one of them's called the what was it called?
Yeah. Are we keeping you too long, Lenny?
No, that's fine.
You said you got a hard out. You got to leave.
What around? I got to get up early tomorrow. And
right. Yeah, we're always really appreciative of your commitment to stay up so late for this. This is
hell yeah.
This is a lot more than we're willing to do. I mean, we're trying to get out of here by 9 or something. You're up till like midnight.
Yeah, like we go out and get burgers after this.
Yeah.
Like, it's still early for us.
No, I let the dogs out, and
Oh shit.
they're all fenced in, but there's a bunch of rabbits around, and they play havoc with the small animals.
Right.
Have you guys ever heard of a Fisher cat?
That sounds familiar, but I couldn't tell you what it is.
What's a Fisher cat?
Well, a Fisher cat is from the weasel family. It's got nothing to do with cats.
Oh.
Okay.
But they make a sound. You can pull it up on YouTube. The sound of a Fisher cat sounds like a baby screaming. And we got one or more in this area, and it sounds like somebody's being murdered.
Oh no. Well, Alex is looking it up.
The only natural enemy it has is a porcupine.
Really?
And every human who hears it while it's trying to sleep.
Here, let's see if I can get this.
Oh. Is that it?
That's it.
Oh my god.
Okay, weird. And they look like looks like an otter or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otters are
They're
cute
from
as
the
hell.
weasel family.
Right. Okay.
A couple months ago, we had a fucking goose take nest in my backyard. And my backyard is a small little forest. It's like I can see on the other side of it. And like there's houses all around it. You know, it's like a small little, there's enough room for maybe a house or two. It's not big at all. And a duck landed back there. And every night I went to bed, all I hear is meh, 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 meh. A goose or duck, something, man. Something was like just sounded like farting all night.
You go out to my mom's house there during the nesting season. There's literally 30 plus geese.
Oh, they make a mess.
Yeah, they shit all over. They have like a little kind of golfing kind of thing. So there's a green area, and they love it. They just shit all over that place, and they nest just off into the woods, kind of. But yeah, you can go out there and like just send the dog down. There's 30 plus geese down that'll all take off at once. Like,
wow.
Yeah, the golf courses in the area, they have dogs that will chase the geese.
Right. Because they'll shit everywhere.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
These golf courses have little retaining ponds.
Yeah.
And so the geese hang out there.
Yeah.
And they crap all over the golf course.
Yeah. No, and then it's like you can't putt or anything like that. Like they have giant craps too. It's too much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's shit everywhere. You can't putt.
Well, this conversation morphed into
the shit. If no matter what we do, it always turns into shit,
man.
doesn't it?
Well, in other news,
right. Well, if we're not keeping you, Lenny, you want to stick around?
Stick around if you like, Lenny.
Cool.
Sure.
Okay, so I got one here.
All right.
Parents sue after death of a teen falls from a fucking Florida drop tower ride. You know those?
Oh, I heard it. Yeah.
Yeah, you know those.
Saw that on the.
Yeah.
Drop tower?
Those rides where it's like they pick you up real high and then all of a sudden it just free falls.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's this 14-year-old boy who stands 6'2" and 380 pounds from Florida. And they should have said, "Hey kid, you're too fucking big for this. Like we can't close the restraints on
That's almost
on your
400
shit."
pounds.
Yeah, 380 is pretty damn close to 400 pounds. That's right.
Yeah, dude. Like that's a lot.
As a 14-year-old.
14?
As a 14-year-old boy at 6'2".
Lenny said they got a problem with obesity down there.
Yeah. Well, hopefully all these
I told you,
soybean
we got a
plants
lot of
burning
fat
down will
people
help
here
that.
in the United States.
It's one thing for us Canadians to say it, but
I've never seen a 14-year-old at fucking 380. Like, what does that even look like?
Yo,
Are your cheeks like fucking closing your eyes or something? They stick out so far. Like,
dude, have
anyway,
you seen
speaking
those
ill
kids?
of the dead, fucking Holy Ghost and Heavenly Spirit, whatnot.
It's unfortunate when you see those kids. It's like it's child abuse, really. You see those kids, their skin is tight.
Yeah.
They got rolls like all the way up their arms.
Dude,
they
it probably
it's like
sucks to like
everything's
fucking
packed in there.
Imagine having to wipe your ass when you're that big. Like,
I remember when I was
to
a
take
kid,
it back to shit.
I don't know if I said this on the podcast before, but I remember when I was a kid, like I remember being like a grade 1, grade 2, just a little kid, and like looking at all my teachers and the teachers who taught at my school and wondering like how these fat bitches wipe their asses because they were so big and I was so small.
Or how they sit on these tiny toilets, even.
I was like, man, what the? And I remember there was this. I was watching Jerry Springer, and this guy's like, he's got a fat girlfriend, and he's like, you call me to come from work just to wipe your damn ass. And I was like, I went to school and I'm like, man, I wonder if they call their husbands home to wipe their ass. Like just this little kid.
But I mean, a lot of those drop tower rides will have shoulder restraints and a seatbelt. This one only had shoulder restraints. And apparently it wasn't, there wasn't enough room for a kid that big. So the shoulder restraints didn't properly latch in. He slipped out from 400 and fucking 30 feet high.
And he died.
He fell to his death.
Oh yeah.
And his parents are suing the manufacturer, the owner, the landlord of the fucking fairgrounds and everything, like for negligence. And hopefully they get some fucking money because goddamn.
I mean, just thinking about it all, there's a lot I could say, but I'll go to hell.
You'll go to hell.
Yeah.
I know, but I mean, if fuck me, like you shouldn't let your kid get that big to begin with, for sure. But you also shouldn't let him go on the ride if he's that big.
I mean, it's better than dying of a heart attack or something like that, or whatever his parents set him up for.
Probably on his way to a heart attack when he gets older.
Yeah.
400 pounds by 14? Are you kidding me? Like your parents should be going to jail. Like what the fuck?
Should be going to jail, yeah. But they're saying that the defendants didn't provide appropriate restraint systems, and they didn't fully tell him about the risks of a person his size.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they're suing him. Hopefully they get some money because that's pretty fucked that your 14-year-old just fell to his death.
Yep. And the world has to accommodate 400-pound people.
Basically, like
yeah, I guess. Jeez.
Especially down there in Florida, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that one's a little messed up. You got a news you want to go over?
Sure. In Quebec in 2020, there was a guy who ran around cutting people up with the sword. I don't know if anybody heard about this. The sword killer.
No, you were saying that.
Yeah,
I never heard that.
Yeah, he killed some people.
I'm sure this happens quite often.
I don't know how many people he actually hurt, but he hurt a lot of people. And now the court, like he's actually just getting going through court now. And he said that he has an alter ego that did it.
Right. So, okay, that's what you said. Yeah.
Yeah. He said none of this would have happened if the real Carl was in charge.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Case closed. Send me home.
Yeah. He says he battles with another personality that is has a mission to kill people.
That's called schizophrenia.
Yeah. And he's in court saying this today or yesterday. And
I'll bet he was the kind of kid that said the dog ate his homework.
Exactly. Yeah. The dog chopped my homework up with the sword.
Fault.
Yeah. Except he was schizophrenic and is actually envisioning it.
Right. But he admitted he did it, but he said it was like an alter ego of his, kind of split personality.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, what was that? Pleading insanity?
I guess so. And so he just said there's two Carls in his brain. And
well, we got to take the other Carl to jail now. So if you could bring him forward.
Dang it, Carl. Is the bad Carl present right now? Can we speak to the Carl who shot the people? That's who we need to be talking to right now. Fuck. Yeah. And that Carl shows up. I didn't do it.
Right.
I wonder who we had for a lawyer.
Yeah. Did you hear much on the news? What's going on in the news down in the States there, Lenny?
I guess the January 6th committee is starting to leak out some rather interesting texts from some of the people that were interviewed.
Okay, like what?
It's I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if the Garland, who's the DOJ, is going to go forward with any kind of legality. But they're starting to slowly let it out, and of course the news is trying to interview some of these Congress and senators and other people who were supposedly involved in the January 6th.
Right. It's
incident.
about time.
Yeah, you would think so. But I don't know. It looks like the midterms could be a determining factor. If the Republicans get in again,
Yeah.
and they take over Congress and the Senate, then they're going to squash everything.
Right. They're going to go after the Hunter Biden laptop shit, and they're going to bury people, basically. Like,
that's always in the news, the Hunter Biden laptop.
that's so interesting, because our kind of elections have been squashed through this NDP coalition in Canada. And apparently, unless we can really rise up and fight it, we have another 3 years before we get another election. And it was a minority government. Like, only about 30% of the people voted for the Justin Trudeau.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of sad, the system that we're going through in Canada. But I mean, it's distant. We don't really know what the effects that are going on in America right now. But at least you guys get this midterm election to see if everything's going well, like halfway through. And people are still
it's like
agreeing.
A giant pendulum swinging back and forth.
Exactly. Yeah.
Whatever party gets in the presidency,
yeah,
the midterms always go the other way to the opposite party.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's really how it works.
Canada's kind of done a similar thing, but we just kind of keep voting conservative, liberal, but without the midterm thing. And
the presidency is every 4 years.
Yeah, I know.
The midterms are every 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So but they don't have the midterms during the
people running. Sometimes you have senatorial people running.
Right.
But it seems like the Republicans are going to be in a good place.
Exactly.
For the midterms.
Joe Biden is getting slower and slower. Lenny, you were going to say something about the Hunter Biden laptop earlier. Just wanted to know what you were going to say.
It's that comes in and out of the news, but the last week it's been more in the news than out.
Right.
And Rudy Giuliani has got. At first, he had copies of what was on the laptop.
Yeah.
Now he's supposedly him and that. You know that guy that sells the pillows.
The My Pillow guy?
The My Pillow guy.
Yeah,
he's another conspiracy.
He got hit as a right winger in Canada too. They kind of froze the funds that he donated to our trucker protest.
Here's the thing: that guy might be a little out to lunch, or maybe he's just a really smart businessman with his pillow thing. But like, we can't let these guys who, like, I'm not saying I trust this people, and a lot of people don't trust them. We can't let these people ruin what's actually happening with this laptop, because, like, whether or not these guys support the information that's coming out about this laptop, like, it doesn't change the fact that this information is actually coming out. It doesn't falsify the information just because they support it. Like, this is real shit. It's been confirmed. It's actually coming out now, and
a
it's
year ago
scary.
It was deemed conspiracy theory.
And people were getting
even
banned.
Not a year ago. It was only like 3 months ago that Jen Psaki, press correspondent for Joe Biden, said this was Russian disinformation.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people, I have friends telling me that.
If they're going to talk about it and they have that information, they ought to get it out there. Just
exactly.
Release everything that's on that hard drive.
And they want to censor
the news.
They want to censor people's tweets for saying, "Oh, that's misinformation." Well, we've blatantly proven that this Psaki Russian disinformation quote is misinformation on its own, but yet no one's censoring those tweets.
Exactly. So basically, from what I've heard, the guy who's doing the investigation is putting together like a whole fucking thing. There's like a whole documentary or something coming out on it and everything. And we're going to get all that information real soon. What the hell is all that vibrating?
Yeah.
But anyways.
One theory, and this could be, is they're holding that back until they get closer to the midterms.
Yeah.
Possibly.
And then they release it, and then
the floodgates open. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Well,
you can't tell.
what I heard was that they you know how you can retrieve things that have been deleted?
Yeah.
They did that to it, and they found all sorts of fucking nasty shit, like bad shit, like kiddie porn shit.
Oh,
like,
wow.
Oh, jeez.
like not like it's more like sex or like human trafficking shit
Right.
than it is like
Epstein stuff.
I'm not going to say he's a pedophile. I'm going to say he's got evidence of human trafficking and like with minors and shit like that
Right.
in those files. So
Hmm.
heard all sorts of fucking nasty shit about that.
Right. And they honestly know, like they know the whole black book of Ghislaine Maxwell kind of thing, but they haven't released any of that to the public.
And yet Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's
Yeah.
trials all over the fucking
But
place.
everyone knows that Amber Heard shit on Johnny Depp's bed just to take it back to
Oh,
shit
man.
one last time before we end this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it was a going away present.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that one,
funny.
that's a sad trial.
Yeah.
Sit there and watch a guy just get fucking blasted down. And I'm sure he's not an angel either.
Well, there was an audio recording or something of her saying, like, go ahead, try to fucking get me for domestic abuse and
Yeah.
see how many people believe you. And then
Exactly.
they played the audio of it in court and they showed a picture of her face while it was happening.
And she's
They're like-
just pissed.
She's
Yeah.
like,
Both of their careers are taking a giant nosedive off of this. No one's coming out fucking
Like,
better.
so far from what I've seen, like Johnny Depp doesn't look so bad in all this. He
But his
actually looks
career's
kinda funny.
already fucked. He got
but
dropped
it's-
off of the Fantastic Beasts series, which is
Yeah.
supposed to be 5 movies,
Yeah.
right? And that's a lot of money.
It's okay. He is a fantastic beast. He doesn't need them.
Well, no, he's Jack fucking Sparrow, and he's
Yeah.
still
Well,
getting
He's
Jack
never
Sparrow,
gonna do
he's
it again.
still getting checks in the mail for that shit. I bet you. Like, fuck me, he doesn't have to work.
He said he'll never do Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, I heard that. He's like, so if they offered you $100 million llamas or $100 million and 1 million llamas, you wouldn't do another Jack Sparrow movie? He's like, no, I wouldn't do this.
What's with the llamas?
I don't know, but that's just to add him over. Yo, you want a beer?
Sure.
Just to see if you could win him over with the llamas. And he's like, no, not
What are we
doing
drinking
those.
tonight, guys?
I got a Stella Artois.
That's what Alex brought over to.
I like a good fucking European beer.
Alex likes the Woodford Reserve, so I
drink this,
found
oh,
a
that's- oh,
double
that's the good
oaked
stuff.
version of it, and
Oh,
That's
look
the
at that.
good stuff for
Alex
sure.
is
Yeah.
actually stoked on it.
Kentucky straight bourbon. It's honestly my very
Ooh.
favorite.
I like the Irish whiskey, but I bought this one just to impress Alex.
Yeah, just and I'm impressed. Trust me, guys. I'm blushing over here.
What are you drinking, Lenny? Sorry to cut you off there.
Well, I don't know if you can see. it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the
it's,
Vita
Those
water.
ice Vita waters, yeah.
Yeah, it's got some kind of flavored antioxidant.
Yeah.
vitamin,
Right.
Zero sugar.
Oh yeah.
You don't really drink alcohol anymore?
Like I said, I have a little wine.
Right.
I have maybe a beer a couple times a week.
You're never much into the whiskey?
No, not really. I never was into hard liquor.
Mm.
You know,
Okay.
Occasionally, have you heard of limoncello?
That
Sounds
again.
familiar. I don't know what it is.
You keep bringing up these things that we've heard of vaguely. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's a summer thing, and you put it in the freezer, and it doesn't freeze,
Right.
but it's you put it in a shot glass and you sip it after dinner.
It's like a slushy kind of, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
you
Okay, we got things like
we
that.
Break that out for a special occasion.
They
Right.
got those little Bacardi juice box things. Oh
Break
my
them out in
God.
the sun.
Yeah.
You could tell I'm getting fucking burnt. You can see the end of my arms all
Yeah,
red here.
I can see it.
Yeah, I'm going into the goddamn summer fucking head first.
Yeah, I work inside, so like I'm white.
You,
as
oh,
hell.
I am red.
Let's-
Yeah, I
let's
come out of
compare.
summer
Let's
purple.
compare.
Like let's see what's
See,
happening
like,
here.
Yeah, no, he is.
No,
My
that's not sun. I mean, was that wind that causes that?
yeah, I'm chafed.
Yeah, they chafed his face.
No, I there's something about my ethnicity or whatever. I get purple if I stay out in the sun all summer, kind of if I have outside work all summer. And some people just go red, like actual like beet red kind of thing. But no, I can burn and go purple.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I know, and it's honestly we're not even into May, so it's still damn near winter. Like I said, we're waking up with frost on the ground still these days. But I'm still catching them rays.
Well, I still have another thing of news to bring up here.
Go ahead, I got a couple.
Let me know what you guys think about this. I'm just going to read the headline, okay? I had to write the headline down. All right. In Toronto, cannabis resembling candy found in Toronto dispensary.
Cannabis resembling candy. So is this like flowery bud that you smoke or just the actual little edibles?
Edible candy that looks like
You
normal
mean
candy.
like a gummy?
Yeah.
Well, what they meant was they have like, you know, like it looks like Sour Patch Kids, but it's, you know, like the weed version of it, you know, like the edible version, which they've been around for a long time.
Yeah.
But apparently
they make all those little watermelons and peaches and cherries and
some
stuff.
Sherlock Holmes motherfucker found that in someone's dispensary. Apparently it was an unlicensed dispensary, and it was a news story. Like, and Toronto issued a warning telling people to watch out.
Right.
Yeah, watch out for candy in dispensaries, everybody.
That's something I might be interested in. Before I would always smoke weed, and I haven't smoked weed for about 3 months now. I would never be able to get high off of edibles. I would eat 3 packages of the 150 milligrams or something, which would usually put most people in a coma. I wouldn't get high at all. It's just something, some people have this, I heard. It's just something about my metabolism.
Yeah.
Gets rid of it before it goes through my liver or something like that. Maybe now that I haven't smoked weed for 3 months, maybe I'll feel high off of eating these things, right? Because nothing I could fucking
we'd be smoking a lot more weed. So
yeah, and maybe my tolerance was way too high because I smoked way too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could eat fucking well over a human consumption level of edible marijuanas and nothing. I could goddamn write a letter to a judge or something.
Yeah.
I use a gummy that has a very small amount of THC in it.
Yeah.
And it actually helps with pain management.
Okay. You don't smoke it at all though, hey?
No, I don't smoke.
Right. See, I think that like we're shooting for the stars. We kind of want to just end up on Mars and watch a movie or something, right? Like
like let's watch the Batman, but on Jupiter. Just on Jupiter, let's watch it.
So when nothing happens, or maybe something's happening, like maybe my pain threshold is higher, but I'm just like, oh, but I'm not fucking cross-eyed and speaking tongues. Yeah.
I find that it's helpful. I mean, if I try to stay somewhat active during the day, and when I say active, I mean I'm not doing any manual labor or exerting myself in a way that I'm gonna hurt myself. But just by doing what I do, by the end of the day, I'm pretty sore, you know. And I find that these CBD gummies with just a little bit of THC in it just takes the edge off. Helps you to relax a little bit and sleep a little bit better.
You take one of those before you come on our podcast?
I have.
Okay,
boy.
I plead the fifth.
You know.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But I mean, I use it. I know a lot of people say this for medicinal purposes, but in my case, that happens to be the truth.
Right.
But it, you know, and this is where, you know, my doctor will give me Vicodin. Have you heard of that?
I've heard of it. What does it actually do, though?
Vicodin.
It's a hydrocodone. It's a prescription pain medicine.
Okay. I bought Valium in Thailand.
Works, but then you can find yourself dependent upon that.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
Okay.
So and it leaves you feeling like you've been dragged through a knothole. You know.
Okay.
So this CBD with a little bit of THC in it, just you know, it helps you relax. It takes the edge off, and
absolutely,
it's a lot cheaper than buying medicine. That's
right.
Even my mom used to take CBD. You know, she didn't want to get baked.
Right.
She would take I know so many people that benefit from CBD. I know women going through menopause that take CBD. There's so many people that take it that aren't looking to even get high. Like my mom was
Right.
taking CBD oil, and she's like, "Oh, it hits me pretty hard," and like she doesn't like that.
I don't like
she
the
just wanted
idea
them-
of becoming dependent. Like, and I don't mean about the CBD.
And you don't get dependent on the CBD. That's
No.
kind of, I think, a comparison.
But I mean,
is
the
making.
Vicodin or whatever. Like, I bought Valium
yeah.
over the counter in just a pharmacy in Thailand, and I didn't touch it. I bought it for a friend who asked for it, and they sold it to me, just no questions asked, no prescription. But I didn't touch it because I was like aware that this is a slippery slope, and you might fucking really like this kind
Yeah,
of
man.
the effects.
A
Yeah,
lot of people addicted to opioids, or
yeah.
you know, it started with like an injury. They injure something, and they get prescribed a medication, and they get addicted to that medication. That's like,
Yeah.
And they're opioids. Like that's the big thing.
Exactly right. And I'm not that hurt in my early 30s here that I'm willing to there isn't a good trade there, right? Risk and reward, it wasn't a good ratio. Yeah.
You know, medications like that are useful for somebody that just had surgery, like
Yeah,
for
exactly.
a week or two after the surgery, you know, to get you by that pain level. But you're right. People that, you know, start using that because they had an injury or they were in pain,
Mm-hmm.
and they find it has a benefit in the short run, but then they get hooked on it.
Yeah, and I bet if a doctor actually
how do you
prescribes it
stop
to you,
something like that?
yeah, you have that excuse where we're like, oh, the doctor prescribed it to me. This is definitely what I need, and then how do I get off of it?
Lawsuit
Yeah,
against the pharmaceutical house that actually manufactured that,
right.
because it was there was one town, I forget where it is. They had like 1,500 people in the town, and they had like 30,000 prescriptions that they wrote
Okay.
for, you know, and you know, it just doesn't compute. So
Yeah.
where are all those drugs going? A lot of people got hooked.
Right.
A lot of people
kids have
fill
this,
their prescriptions
thing.
just to go sell them
They
too.
call it
Yep.
farming.
Mhm.
Have you ever heard that expression?
No, sorry, say that again. They do
Farming.
what?
The kids have parties,
Oh yeah.
and they call it farming. And I don't mean with an F. I mean with a PH.
Yeah,
Like
and they'll give out like
pharmaceuticals.
free samples just to try to hook people or something.
No, they'll like put all these drugs in a hat. You know, mix them all up, and then everybody just, you know, puts their hand in the hat and grabs a
Right,
couple of pills, and they all get buzzed out.
Weird.
right. Back in
Wow,
your day,
that's
those were
messed up.
car keys. Hey,
Shit. Well, that's
Well, I
crazy.
don't
I've
know.
never heard of farming.
Yeah.
So you've heard of farming, but you've never heard of Cash Me Outside Girl. She'd be into farming.
that's a little sensational.
But
Yeah.
we need to now that the pizza's here, we gotta
What?
get Davey up here for us.
I
Davey.
don't want any pizza, but you have at it.
All right, guys. Listen, I'm gonna bow out. It
Yeah,
was a
thank you
pleasure
so
once
much,
again,
Lenny.
Chatting with you guys.
You've been
Yeah,
very
thanks for being
helpful.
on, man.
We really
You
appreciate
have
your
a-
help today.
You have a great week, and I'll see you on the next turn.
Cool.
Definitely.
Thanks,
Thank you
Lenny.
so much. You have
See
a good
later.
night,
All
bud.
right, man. We'll catch you later.
See ya.
Bye bye.
Right on.
With that being said, Davey, I think
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Lenny coming at you once again.
I think Davey can come up.
So you guys can chomp in the microphone. Yeah, that's great pod. Okay.
Yeah.
So as we said before, Elon Musk buys Twitter. It says he'll reinstate free speech in full regard.
Did he say that?
Yes, well, he said neutral speech. He said there's no trusting a social media platform that sways too far to one side
Okay.
because it's biased, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's came out and said, yes, we're going to be pissing off a lot of the left-wing extremists, but that's not to say that we aren't going to be pissing off a lot of the right-wing extremists as well.
So are they going to ban people still?
I'm sure just as much as they're going to ban the right. Like you can't just come out and start posting like murder videos or saying that like, you know, elections are fucking frauded when you have no evidence of it. Right. I'm sure you can't change the whole world, but what he is
so
going
what
to
if
do.
you witness something and you say you saw it and you have no evidence aside from your account?
Then it's hearsay or whatever. Your phone's really freaking out today.
This is my old phone. I brought it in. I thought it could help us. It's just turning on and off. I'm
just
gonna
power it off. Yeah.
power it off. Bye.
Anyways, so he's basically what he's saying is he's going to reinstate a neutrality to the platform, whereas right now it's far left. And it means like, yeah, you can come out and say, hey, a guy is a dude with nuts, a girl's got a vagina, and that would piss off the left, right? And that would get you censored.
Yep. Well, did you see his the meme that he posted today? It showed like the left and right, and it showed him just left of center, and then it showed like a few years later, showed the left getting farther left and center getting closer to him. And then it shows today, and the left is so far left that center is on the other side of him now.
Right.
So now he's on the right side of center. And so he posted that today. Like that's his perspective of how things have changed in the last like 10, 15 years. And I feel the same way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. But yeah, anyways, Musk is coming out to say that we're going to make neutrality. We're going to make free speech a thing. And he wants his critics to stay on Twitter because that's the only way to keep free speech alive. If you scare off all the left, then all of a sudden all you have is the center kind of neutral political landscape. And no one really wants to hear just one person's opinion. You need everybody's. But meanwhile, Canada has a new bill in play. It isn't even new. It used to be around that got squashed. So they just changed the name of the bill and reinstated it to try and get it through again to put on internet fucking censorship called C11 that you might have heard of as C10 before, but yeah just renamed it C11.
They're like, here's our next try.
Yeah, because we squashed C10.
Yeah, exactly.
And so they're like, hey, well, how about C11? We changed like 3 words in the bill and now it came back. Right. And so Musk has came out saying that this new program in Canada is really reminiscent of China and like North Korea's censorship of internet, which there's been no response of from Justin Trudeau. But yeah, scary stuff. Kind of thinking that this land of the free and fucking whatnot.
When you hear Justin Trudeau talk nowadays, he's just like yelling statements. You know, this is what we're doing to combat that. Like, there's always something for him to fight. There's always something he's fighting against. It's like, don't. And
he's always talking like a complete asshole. Like, I hate the way he talks. It just makes it so hard to listen to.
Yeah, it's like, stop doing me favors.
Right?
He's like, we're doing this for these people. It's like, shut the fuck up. Man. Like, oh man,
it's hard to listen to. But that's why people think that he's a Castro, because his mother was very socialist. He was raised by his mother. His father was into politics. He was the prime minister, right? So he was a political baby that was raised heavily by his mother, who was super socialist, who was known to go hang out with Castro a lot. And so obviously he was raised.
Is she still alive?
Is his mom? I don't fucking know. But
yeah, she is. Yeah, she is.
Cool. But anyways, it doesn't matter. Damage has been done. Oh, that's right. Yeah, she is.
She got paid lots of money.
And you can tell he's completely socialist. He loves this NDP coalition. He loves people spending. Where's this money coming from? Right? Censoring people left and right. It's really upsetting that people fought and died for rights of free speech, but he's against it so hard. Because that's the only difference. But anyways, the EU has came out and said that if Twitter doesn't comply with the rules, as Elon Musk is implying that they won't comply with the European rules, that they're going to sanction Twitter. And if they keep going, they're going to ban it completely from Europe. Yeah.
Jesus, that's how much of a threat he is right now.
Exactly.
That's how much of a threat he is just by changing the rules of Twitter. Apparently, right-wing ideology is a threat. It's going to take over. That's what they keep saying.
Yeah, and
that's what they're afraid of.
but for the last couple years, they've been saying, "Oh, we're not censoring anything. We're not for shadow banning." And now that they're saying, "Oh, well, you're not going to be able to shadow ban," they're going, "Oh, well, fuck you. You're not fucking allowed around here."
I watched a video of someone on mainstream media saying, "Hey, dude," they're saying, "Oh, now he has the power to ban these people, turn down these people's reach." Holy, Davey just came in with the fucking bag. What the fuck you got there, Davey?
Are we gonna turn this
I'll
off?
show you. No. Is my mic hooked up?
No.
Test 1, 2. Oh, no.
What the?
What do you
Just
want?
an extra large.
Oh, easy.
You want to show the
Can you read it?
YouTube our pizza?
Well, it folds in
I don't wanna
half.
dump it right over. but-
Here we
There
go.
you go.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, now it's fine.
Let's
Or
do
not
a
three
let's do a
pieces.
mukbang kind of fucking thing. But anyways, trampling on our thing here. As you see, oh, there you go, pizza. Fuck yeah. Oh, thank you.
You know, you guys got all that whiskey up in here, right?
Okay. Appreciate it, Dave.
Thanks, Davey.
I think your mic's on now that you can talk. Boom.
Test 1, 2.
Yeah, no, we can hear you. Perfect.
Right. We're back.
Where's the pizza from?
This is
Oh, wow.
Fire 451.
Ladies and gentlemen,
5th and Kearney.
we appreciate your patronage. We got 4 people in the chat.
What's up, y'all?
Okay.
Shout it up.
Well, this is probably just as good a place as any to cancel it, hey?
To cancel,
Or to turn it off.
Ask Davey.
cancel.
What are we gonna ask Davey here?
No, ask me what you guys were going to cancel.
Not cancel. I mean, I meant to turn it off.
Oh, no.
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 It's not time yet.
Keep rolling.
Okay. What are we doing here?
Hey, it says there's 4 people watching. Who's watching? Y'all been really quiet, just leaving Davey alone in the comments. Our day ones, it's like they're
We'll
not even
catch
here
up.
anymore.
Right. Okay. So what are we doing here?
Well, let's ask Davey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Ask Davey.
You ask Davey first.
Davey, how would you save the world?
Oh, if I could save the world, well, cut off all the interest. It's just
The interest.
cash money money for this, dollar for dollar. None of this interest in this
Right.
sub interest.
What's the incentive to loan anyone anything then?
I don't know. If money has got to be a thing, it should just be dollar for dollar, and taxes should be just 10%. That's it. No, none of this complication. It should be so simple and effective, maybe if it's simple, but it's not simple and it's fucking the world over.
What's the incentive of one person to give you money if there's no
a
interest?
service, right? Like if you supply a service,
Yeah.
there
You should
be
get
a
paid for
cash
your
incentive.
service. Yeah.
Or some kind of barter system where, okay, Mike the electrician, or let's call him Matt the electrician.
Yeah.
And Jer the floor layer.
Yeah.
He's like, I just bought a house, but I don't have the time
Or the money.
or the fucking ambition to do my own floor. But
Yeah.
I'll do your floor if you go in and you put in my fucking ceiling
You
fan.
scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
You know what? Now that seems like, well, wait a minute. You know, well, where's the profit motive and all
That's
this?
just
and
that's
that?
exactly what I'm saying. Why would the central bank ever give you $1 if they didn't think they were going to get $2 back?
Explain
that's
that,
the thing.
Davey.
Yeah, that's
How do you get rid of interest?
it's the how do you get rid of the profit motive? See,
Yeah.
that's all those environmentalists and all the far leftist climate crisis crazies. Listen, this is what their argument is. Like, well, we're gonna stop minimum wage from being so minimum, and no, I don't know. You know what I mean? You need people. You need people. To
No, I don't know.
Oh, sorry.
You
yeah.
lost me on that one, but
Yeah,
I'll get
that
you.
was a little
I
introversial.
can kind of
introverted
follow you there.
thought.
Thanks, Davey.
Anyway,
This sounds like Johnny Depp on Blow. Like it's not me. These.
what do you
these
mean Johnny Depp on
borders.
blow? How
These
about Johnny
are-
Depp on the stand? Have you
When he's
seen some of
talking to
that?
the judge, they're like, I crossed an imaginary line with some drugs, but who are you really looking for? It's not me, baby. You're looking for the big cheese.
Oh yeah,
Davey, what's your favorite conspiracy theory?
the conspiracy theory, man. The one that really hurt deep but it got me thinking was the validity of the the lunar landing, when they said it was all fake and it was all bullshit just to kind of chop down, like low blow the Russians or whatever.
And they filmed it in Nevada.
Not only did it hurt me because
not to low blow the Russian, it was to bankrupt the Russians on a space race.
Yeah. And that one's, I don't know, it's not the one I'm like, yeah, that would be the one that really has the most emotional grip, is that the lunar landing as a kid. And the Challenger explosion, was that rigged? Was it a
right?
You know,
no, that makes sense. There's a pivotal age where these conspiracies really hit home, and I think that's the scariest part about right now with all this COVID stuff. When people are saying that it's because you're gonna raise a generation of kids that don't respect anything, kind of like we did with 9/11 conspiracies and stuff.
Right?
It's almost like
job theory.
It's almost like a detrimental to entire generations when you talk about these things. But I mean, is there some validity to it? Sure, there always is something somewhere.
There's always something. See, this is what I hear. I like this about truth, is that I believe truth is cosmic. It's above us and beyond us. We get to dabble with it and we get to like experience truth, but ultimately truth is like a living, breathing stream. And when we take a little bit from it and write it all down and crystallize it, then it becomes fact. Then that's when truth really is kind of like almost dead. It's a fact. It's just a shell of what's real.
I need a shot for this one.
You need a shot for more of this shit.
So when you hear something as a kid, and you're like, oh, that's gotta be true, like Santa.
Yeah.
And then when you realize, oh, wait a minute, what? No.
So you're against Santa Claus?
No, I used to. I wrote a letter to Santa. My mom forced me to write a letter, and I set it on the windowsill. Went about my childlike business, and
you used to be
came
against
back,
him,
and I noticed the letter was gone. And I was like, "What the fuck?
Who the fuck did that?
Who the fuck would do that? Who the fuck did that?"
Exactly.
That makes
That's
sense.
little Davy at
Little
7 years
Davy,
old.
little Davy
Who the
Montgomery.
fuck took my tooth?
Who?
Who the fuck took that? Goddamn bastards.
But you know what? I actually, the whole realization about the whole Santa
Easter
thing,
Bunny,
Easter Bunny, and all that. I was like,
fuck,
oh,
that one hit you hard, yeah.
You know, I'm 7 now.
Fucking, these are chicken eggs.
It makes sense. It all
They're
makes
not
sense.
even rabbit eggs.
It's just the parents.
Oh shit, man. Well, what else bothers you that much?
What grinds your gears,
What else
Davey?
bothers you that much?
What grinds Davy's gears?
Davey, say you own Twitter.
If I was an
Davey
Elon,
doesn't even have a Twitter account.
I don't. I've never
Jesus.
had a Twitter account. Never.
He's never
Never
used
ever.
it. So you can't ask.
I don't even know
There's
how
no
to
pictures.
use Twitter.
Yeah. What would you do if you owned Instagram?
It's all words.
If I own
goddamn it.
Instagram, yeah, right.
Holy fuck! Gotta read too much for that one. What would you do if you owned Instagram?
Because isn't Instagram owned by Facebook? It's like as a
Yeah. Oh yeah.
affiliate?
Instagram and Facebook are the same company.
So if I managed Instagram, I'd probably
I'd
probably let a little more OnlyFans element into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right?
Saying you
Just a
wouldn't
little
ban
Because it's
all
already soft porn, right?
Oh yeah. That's all
That's
it is.
why I technically didn't delete my account for Instagram, but what I've done is logged off, and
It
then
never
just-
goes
Only
away.
logs into
Right.
OnlyFans now.
Even if you delete it, it
Just logs
doesn't. It
straight
doesn't
into
go
OnlyFans.
away.
Right.
You
right.
can delete it and still log in like 5 months later.
For
and
the
it just
life of me, I
pops up.
could not figure out how to delete it.
Yeah.
So all I did was log off and then just uninstall the app on my phone altogether.
Yeah.
I'll still get emails. Oh,
Yeah.
Dwayne wants to follow you, and I'll tell Dwayne
Fuck
face to
off,
face,
Dwayne.
like real life, face to face. I'll tell Dwayne, no, I don't fuck with Instagram. Stop trying to follow me,
Hey, this is your fault, though.
you stalker. What are you?
There you go.
But yeah,
That
social
makes
media,
sense.
YouTube. I love YouTube. I like my YouTube music, but other than that, that's it,
Right.
man.
Okay.
Mhm.
All
That's about
right.
it. Yeah.
All righty then.
Dwayne
Okay.
or Dwayne, I call you.
Piece of pizza. Yeah.
You're gonna munch the pizza.
Yeah, I'm gonna
All right.
snatch back a
Shit.
piece of meat
So-
your heart out piece. You see that, people? That's a Michelangelo right there.
Where's it from again? Oh, don't talk.
Mm.
It's from the
Don't
Fire
spit.
451 place, isn't it? Yeah,
Mm.
I can tell because they're the only ones that write on top of their boxes.
Oh, the
No,
only
no,
one.
right? Isn't that cool?
Yeah,
You're right. They always tell me to have a nice day. No matter where I
yeah.
order from.
They write on top of their plain white boxes.
Yeah.
So Trudeau's in the hot seat.
Good.
This week.
Good.
He's getting investigated for accepting a free Christmas vacation in 2016 from the Agacon private foundation. So
Who's that?
couldn't fucking tell you, but they're a private foundation that got federal funding kind of thing. So it's a conflict of interest to
Yeah.
accept a gift like that when you're receiving federal money.
So why the fuck would you even accept it then? Like, how stupid are you?
Yeah, well,
Like,
you
he
don't-
knows that.
You
He-
know that, yeah.
That's just it. Like, you're the prime minister, and you're like, I'm gonna do
Yeah.
this anyways, even though they're gonna fucking.
You're giving them money and you're accepting this thing. So
that's
it's a
how-
clear conflict of interest. And the RCMP know that this is clearly wrong, but is it illegal is the question. And it isn't illegal as long as you have written consent from a lot of people, but he's the prime minister. He doesn't answer to anyone kind of thing. So there isn't like a chain of command that he answers to. So basically, the RCMP answered extremely vaguely that it is unknown. It's an unknown circumstance, and then they completely dropped the case. Yeah,
And that's Canada for you, folks.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
That and there's no such thing as a Second Amendment. There's no freedom of speech. You're not allowed to bear arms as a right, as a human right. Right. There is a free healthcare, which you want to say free. All these free things that we're talking about, guess where they come from? Your fucking taxes. There's no such thing as money popping out of fucking thin air.
But it's good that healthcare is free.
Well, good at health.
Listen to what I
healthcare is
just
free.
said. There is no such thing as free.
Our taxes are gonna go somewhere.
Our
Most of the
taxes are going to
times-
come out. Yeah,
Most of the
they
times
could
we
go a
don't
lot of
see-
places. They
But
could go
most
to
of-
veterans. They could go to bridges.
But I feel like we don't always see the benefits or anything from like where our tax money goes. At least that's something where we do see it.
Yeah, our taxes go to Justin Trudeau's fucking family getaways
Exactly. So
and fucking shit like
the
this.
fact that I can go to the hospital for free with a broken arm, it doesn't cost me
It's
10
nice,
grand.
but you also
That's
could
important.
save that money off of pay less taxes.
I'm happy with my taxes going there.
And that's good. That's a personal thing for you.
Yeah.
So you look at a place like Denmark, a place like Finland,
Mhm.
they give you free university,
Mhm.
right? And we say free again because it comes from your taxes.
But still,
You also pay 50% damn near of your income. So say you earn 100,000, you pay the government 50,000. That means
that's how it is here almost as soon as you get over
no, so
what, like
it's
100
under
grand?
30 or something percent we pay here. But so
a
what we're
stupid
saying
amount.
is it's stupid amount, but it's all stupid. If you truly had confidence in yourself and your ability to govern yourself as a libertarian, you don't want to pay them anything. You're an autonomous person who can go out and buy your own health care, who can go out and
But
pay your own fucking
that's
university
The
bills.
difference between a socialist government and I guess more of a
There you go.
what you call
And
it,
it
like
sounds
Canada.
real nice when we say free, but these free things come out of your pocket directly.
yeah, but everybody's happy there. It seems it's all good
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
People,
people
wish they
say
lived
it.
there.
Yeah, that's true. But how happy are you when you work 4 weeks and 2 weeks of that fucking work goes straight to the government?
But at the same time, you're also not working 2 jobs just to pay for college.
True. But hey, how many of us three went to college?
I didn't have to,
But we're still
my career.
paying for it.
for sure,
Yeah.
that's okay. Like, there's going to be a doctor that saves your life that got taught with that.
Potentially. Or you die at 35 and you fucking never went to the hospital once.
Hell yeah, I'm not against it, and and I also don't think it's perfect. But I mean, like, nothing's perfect.
No, I don't think
not a
anything is
system out there
perfect.
that's perfect. Capitalism isn't perfect, like,
No. But I mean, in my
Democracy isn't
personal
perfect.
and maybe this is just in my youth,
mhm.
I feel you should earn your money, pay for it the way you are. If you didn't fucking get health insurance, then you're a fucking idiot, right? Because you're obviously your health is finite and it's going to go to shit.
But so you'd rather pay health insurance than taxes towards free medication.
See, in that case, it's almost the same exact thing. In your youth, I would much rather just get my damn money and go on with my life. In your old age, yeah, it's nice for it to be there, but you should be smart enough to be like, hey, I need this, and buy it privately.
Yeah, there has to be an intrinsic balance between
You're
your
paying-
income debt ratio to paying your medical.
Like, how many
premiums.
times have you been to the hospital since you were 18 and started paying taxes?
Good
Probably
question.
once, maybe,
I'm
not
gonna
even.
say
But all I'm
twice.
saying
Right,
is,
but
like,
you paid
my
for it.
broken jaw like 3 times.
There you go. There you go. And it's nice because honestly, an ambulance ride alone in the States costs like $2,000
Oh my goodness!
or something.
Right?
And you never know
Yeah.
if some asshole is going to hit you and all
But
of a sudden you need
paying
it.
health insurance, that's like saying, why would I pay for health insurance? How many times have I been to the hospital in the last like 10 years? Like none. Like, so it's like the argument goes both ways.
I get it, but
It's
in your
applicable
youth,
to
you
both
use it much
arguments.
less.
For sure.
That's what I'm saying.
And so what I'm getting at is like, it's a lifelong thing. Yeah, you don't use it a lot when you're younger. Some people do. Some people need it a lot more.
And
when
some
they're
people
younger.
can start paying for it as soon as as
And,
early as they want, kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, this is all up in the air, but I just think it's a lot of people aren't going to go to university, but when you live in Denmark and Finland, everybody's paying into
But
that.
you think you can just like start paying for health insurance anytime and it'll be the same?
No, your
price?
premiums will be higher for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you're like, oh, I'm 50 now, time to start paying for health insurance. They're like, oh, well, guess what? You're going to make up for everything that you didn't pay since you were 20. It's going to cost
Either
you
way,
the
it's
same.
going to cost you a lot when you're 50.
It's going to cost you the same, except the difference is you paid it throughout your whole life, or you want to start paying it when you're 50.
I don't think your premiums will be lower just because you've been paying it for the last 20 years.
No, they're lower because you got it when you were younger, and you've been.
I get
paying
it. That's
into
what
your whole
that's what I
life.
just contradicted. I don't think that they'll be lower. I think you're 50 and you have existing conditions rather than the pre-existing conditions of looking for it afterwards.
If that was the case, everybody would get health care when they're 50 because
No.
it's the
Because
same
not
price as
everybody
when
can
you're
afford
20.
it, right?
It's the same price as when you're 20.
Yeah.
If what you're saying is true, right? Like, I just don't believe that it's the same price as when you're younger.
That's not what I'm saying.
What are you saying?
I'm saying it's the same price at 50, no matter what you
Oh,
no
no
matter
matter-
what you did previously.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That's what I'm saying. And obviously neither of us know the truth of it. This would be a question for another person, right? But yeah. That's just what I'm saying. But yeah, anyways,
And that's in a country we don't even live into.
exactly, but we don't have a choice, right?
Yeah.
So it's a little off the rails.
If our medical, sorry, don't want to spit no food in
No.
my.
You shut up. You're
I'll wait
eating.
for that.
You don't, yeah, we don't
Yeah, you
do
don't even
chewing
get a
on the
mic
mic.
right now.
This isn't a
I broke-
mukbang.
I broke my hand
Oh,
when I
hold
was
that
younger, and that would have cost my family a lot of fucking money back in the day.
Yeah.
Money that, I mean, I guarantee you, whether we have free healthcare or not, this country is going to tax the fuck out of you.
Mhm.
That's just what they're going to do. And our taxes aren't that high compared. Like, if you think about it, United States, do you think they tax their people that much less than what
I
we get
couldn't
taxed?
tell you what they tax.
And they don't get free healthcare. So it's like, you're going to get taxed no matter what,
Yeah.
man. You think the United States doesn't have to pay 30% income tax?
I don't know. That's a
Like,
question
no, they
that
do.
we
They
could come
do.
back and ask.
Otherwise, they wouldn't hate taxing as much as we do. You know,
But that's an assumption, right?
it's a fair assumption.
Sure.
To all three of you listeners out there.
Oh no.
No, we're coming to the end of this anyways. Fucking, we just talking about
Oh, yeah.
taxes here.
Alex on the piano.
No, not today.
But it's not even.
We
hooked
got
up.
we got a gang rape of a monitor lizard in India for you three out there.
All right.
And who is it? It's like Cass and Davey.
For those of you who haven't heard, monitor lizard, is that what it was called?
Monitor lizard
Monitor lizard got gang raped, and
by
then
4 people.
didn't it get drugged too or something? Didn't they drug it? Rape it
I
and
couldn't
then
find
kill it?
anything on drugging it,
Oh,
but
okay.
anyways, 4 people were arrested for allegedly raping a Bengal monitor lizard in the Sahadari Tiger Reserve.
And they killed
in
it
India.
after.
They killed it. Well, they ate it.
And
Apparently.
ate it. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
They raped it, killed it, ate it. Those are the 3 things.
Exactly.
So if you've been watching this long, this is the bonus segment.
This is your bonus segment. Yeah. 4 men identified as hunters are being accused of raping, killing, cooking, and eating the goddamn monitor lizard. They were initially, yeah. Woo! Anyways. They were initially arrested for illegally entering the national park, but cops later found cell phone video recordings of them doing this to the lizard on their fucking phones.
You can have your mic back.
Yeah,
now,
you
Dave.
can
Tell us what you think.
No, I was
your
going to
mouth
say
isn't
something
full.
about.
You weren't a part of that,
something,
were you?
No.
You wouldn't rape
I was
no
holding my
lizard, would
thought,
you?
but then when we started talking about the current subject, I was like, wait a minute, forget about healthcare.
Hey, how come Davey's mic sounds better than mine?
Does it?
I
You
don't
can hear
know.
me? Do I sound good?
Just
He's talking higher, but he's lower. Yeah.
I am
Oh,
pretty
look,
close to
Shay
this thing.
just came back. Hey, Shay, you missed the best part.
What?
Well,
Lizard,
when I told them
lizards
about
being
the
gang
tragedy of
banged.
society.
Brutal.
Anyways,
Fucking
so
humans.
yeah,
Oh, Shay,
so
look at this Joe Rogan style change up table. There's sideways now. Shay,
How about
Shay,
the
Shay,
guitar
you
and the
clearly-
violins?
clearly you weren't listening earlier, Shay.
Right.
We have some news for you, Shay.
and we're trying to open it up for guests a little more.
The Canadian Blood Services, they
Oh,
got
he
rid of
wasn't
the
listening.
they got rid of the blood ban for you, Shay. So if you've had sex with a man in the last 3 months, you can still give blood. Hey! Woo! It's a good day for Shay. Hey!
Yay,
Anyways,
yay
you
for
missed that
Shay.
earlier, Shay. I'm glad
Hashtag
you
yay
came
for
in.
Shay.
And now we're down to 2 listeners. And
He's like, I'm out of here.
Oh yeah, he came in, said a couple things.
We're just gonna keep talking shit about all our viewers until
Imagine
they
going to
leave.
give blood and
Yeah.
they're like, oh, what
I
kind
can't
of
get
you?
health
Positive.
insurance.
Oh,
Me.
there's already too much of that kind of blood. We don't need
Anyways,
it.
those 4 men that fucking raped, killed, and ate the goddamn lizard are out on bail now.
And one of
Out on
them
bail.
is commenting in the chat right now.
Yeah, he's about to do another one.
Who's your next victim, Shay?
Yeah.
What are we
Poor
going to do with
Shay.
these guys? They're out on bail. They're free
I
to
don't know.
roam.
Well, I don't know if I even believe this fucking article.
It's quite wild.
It's a little sensational. Well,
Wouldn't you get a wicked STD lizard to transmitted to human STD? Like, isn't that where AIDS came from? Fucking monkeys. So these guys are fucking lizards getting super AIDS.
You tell us, Davey.
Ugh. Stop sticking your dick where it don't belong.
Yeah, Davey.
And this is somebody who lost his virginity to his Timotei shampoo bottle back in the day.
You?
Yeah,
Shit.
it was just big. When you unscrew the cap,
Yeah.
the little hole was just big enough to fit my pookie in it, and it just felt so right.
And if you tuned in this long, that's the bonus segment.
Beep,
Like,
beep, beep,
don't
beep.
fucking listen.
Found out about Davey's
Fuck me.
little-
This one devolved hard. I don't know.
Try to take a hard right on this.
We should do an episode where we
Gang raping
just
lizards.
eat food the whole fucking time. Yum, nom, nom,
Yeah.
nom, nom.
Fucking mukbang.
You guys ever had squash?
What we should do is cut this episode off 5 minutes early and head down to the Clover for a burger.
I think
All
we're
right.
good. I don't think there's any
$6
fucking
burgers.
any time limit that we have to, any quota that we have to reach. This is
Nah,
just as good a time as any.
Yeah, we
No.
normally go to 2 hours, but you know what? It's okay to end a little early tonight.
Yeah.
We were planning on having a guest. We didn't have much shit on the shelf tonight, and all we did was wing it, and here we are.
Here we are
10
talking
minutes
about
from a
lizards
fucking
getting
love you
gang
all.
raped in India.
You know, we
And that's what
appreciate your
happens.
patronage.
That's what happens
There we
when
go.
we wing it. Also having drinks tonight for my first time in a while.
Right. It really hit you.
Oh yeah,
Really
I'm a
hit
white
you.
girl wasted.
Yeah.
oh,
Cheers
yeah.
to
Boy.
Woodford Reserve.
Hey,
Sponsor.
and cheers
Please
to
fucking
anyone
sponsor
who's
us.
still hanging around. Shay might still be there. I don't know.
Shay might be right up behind you
Yeah.
trying to get in your ass.
If you're still here, say what's up because we're gonna go here pretty quick, and we want to know who stuck around. The new virus is coming with them.
Shay, we appreciate you contributing so much so late.
Yeah.
Next time, call in, Shay.
Yeah. Thanks for showing up at the end, Shay.
Yeah, man, we
Yeah.
gotta do more Skyping, man. That's gonna be fun.
If it
Yeah,
wasn't for
yeah.
you, we'd have 2 people, and one of them is probably my girlfriend. So.
Yeah.
And everybody be nice to them bikers, because if they're really headed out to Ottawa to punch Trudeau in the nose, then that'd be kind of cool. So
Oh,
that
that's
is the
right.
thing we
yield
didn't
to
mention.
bikers.
We'll
If you're
save
on the
that
highway,
one for
yield to
another day.
bikers. Yeah.
Biker convoy. It's happening now. Saturday. Actually, Saturday it's happening. So we'll
That's
talk
right,
about that next
Saturday.
week.
All
But
right.
You know what? I think for now it's a good time to cut it off, and I think we could switch to some Switchblade Union.
Yeah, whatever you feel like signing us out for. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been your Thursday night. We know you came fucking hard for the fucking family here. We really appreciate it. We'll be back next Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific for your
Yeah, buddy.
favorite goddamn live podcast of the week.
Gonna have some special guests. I don't know who, but there's gonna be some.
Hopefully we have a guest.
Woo!
Yeah,
Give it
that's
up.
our thing. Yeah.
Hey guys,
Somebody.
have a good
No,
night. Here's
you're
some
next,
Switchblade
Ronnie.
Union to play us out.
Bye.
Switchblade to a midnight. Think twice about the motherfucking quick knock. Switchblade suicide with the wrist slice. Closed eyes won't rise when the sun's bright. Switchblade serenaded in the moonlight. I look to the fucking sky cause the moon bright. You know they say when the stars in my eyes really go running high. That we don't wanna lie when the union arises. Streetlight shining, you know my time's arriving. Out when it's dark cause we midnight vibing. Midnight driving, cruising by flying. Living so fast, never think about dying. Post up in the dark and we hang out with the Batman. Scars on my knuckles cause we fucking with the wolf gang. Switchblade shining, night bright winding. Stars in my eyes when the moonlight shines in. Murder rap on my first track, killing shit cause I've been begging suicide. On the second, I don't care, just accept it. Knife swipe, make it do.
Jay, call in next week.
It's fine when we out to the fucking moon. Still shine bright, fast spot. Make it eyes one, short, now slice with the right swap. Blood on my fist, like dance. My wrist, smooth shine off the blade, just cruising through the mist. Gonna be the midnight. Think twice about the motherfucking quick knock. Switchblade suicide with the wrist slice. Closed eyes won't rise when the sun's bright. Switchblade serenaded in the moonlight. I look to the fucking sky cause the moon bright. You know they say when the stars in my eyes really go running high. That we don't wanna lie when the union arises. It'll be the midnight. Think twice about the motherfucking quick knock. Switchblade suicide with the wrist slice. Closed eyes won't rise when the sun's bright. Switchblade serenaded in the moonlight. I look to the fucking sky cause the moon bright. You know they say when the stars in my eyes really go running high. That we don't wanna lie when the union arises. It'll be the midnight. Think twice about the motherfucking quick knock. Switchblade suicide with the wrist slice. Closed eyes won't rise when the sun's bright. Switchblade serenaded in the moonlight. I look to the fucking sky cause the moon bright. You know they say when the stars in my eyes really go running high. That we don't wanna lie when the union arises.